The story of Aare Latoosa is one of the most powerful and tragic stories in Yoruba history. It reflects a time when warriors ruled cities, empires were collapsing, and the fate of entire regions depended on the strength of military leaders. To understand Latoosa's story, we must first understand the political world of Yorubaland in the 19th century. Before the rise of Ibadan warriors, the most powerful state in Yorubaland was the Oyo Empire. For centuries, the empire dominated trade, politics, and military affairs across much of what is now southwestern Nigeria. The empire was ruled by the Alaafin of Oyo, while the supreme military commander was the Aare Ona Kakanfo. However, in the early 1800s, the empire collapsed due to internal political conflict, slave raids, and warfare, the rise of the Sokoto Caliphate in the north, the Fulani conquest of Ilorin. This collapse triggered decades of Yoruba civil wars. Many refugees and warriors fled south and formed new military towns. One of the most important of these was Ibadan. Unlike traditional Yoruba cities ruled by kings, Ibadan developed into something different, a military republic. Instead of kings, war chiefs controlled the city. Power was determined by military success, wealth from war, number of followers, and slaves. Battlefield reputation warriors could rise from nothing to become powerful generals. It was in this environment that Aare Latoosa rose to greatness. Historical records about Latoosa's childhood are limited, but it is believed he was born in the early 19th century, during the chaotic period after the fall of the Oyo Empire. He grew up in Ibadan, where young men were trained as fighters. From an early age, he showed courage in battle, strategic thinking, strong leadership. He quickly gained respect among the warriors. Through successive wars and campaigns, Latoosa rose through the Ibadan military hierarchy. Eventually, he became the most powerful war chief in the city. At the peak of his military career, Latoosa was appointed Aare Ona Kakanfo, the supreme war commander of Yorubaland. This title was extremely powerful but also dangerous. Important rules governed the position. The Aare must live outside the capital of Oyo. The Aare must always be ready for war. The Aare must never suffer defeat. If defeated, he must take his own life rather than face disgrace. Because of these rules, the title was considered both an honor and a curse. Many Aare Ona Kakanfo in history died violently or by suicide. Under the leadership of Aare Latoosa, Ibadan became the most powerful military state in Yorubaland. Ibadan's armies expanded their influence across many regions. They controlled territories in Ekiti, Ijesha, Ibomina Koko, Ibadan, forced many towns to pay tribute and obey its authority. However, this domination created resentment. Many Yoruba communities began to see Ibadan as oppressive rulers. Eventually, resistance grew among Eastern Yoruba groups. These states formed a powerful military alliance called the Ekiti Parapo War. The coalition included warriors from Ekiti, Ijesha, Igbomina, Akoko. Their goal was simple: break the military domination of Ibadan. The war that followed became one of the longest wars in Yoruba history. It was also called the Kiriji War, named after the sound of cannons used during the conflict. The Ekiti Parapo War lasted 16 years. It was a devastating war that involved, with the help of British colonial authorities, This marked the end of the era of large Yoruba civil wars. Soon after, British colonial rule spread across Yorubaland. Traditional military states lost their power. Warfare among Yoruba kingdoms ended many historians call Aare Latoosa the last true warrior, Aare Ona Kakanfo. This is because he personally commanded armies in battle. His power came from military success. He lived during the era of constant warfare. Later holders of the title were mostly ceremonial leaders rather than battlefield generals. For example, the current holder of the title is Gani Adams. Today, Aare Latoosa remains one of the most legendary figures in Yoruba history. His story represents the rise of Ibadan as a military empire, the brutal Yoruba civil wars of the 19th century, the honor code of the Aare Ona Kakanfo title, the dramatic fall of warrior politics, massive armies, European firearms cannons, siege warfare. For the first time in Yoruba warfare, modern weapons began to change the battlefield. Although Ibadan remained powerful, the war drained its resources and manpower. Tensions also grew within Ibadan's leadership. By 1885, political conflicts and military frustrations had weakened the authority of Aare Latoosa. Some accounts say he had a dispute with another Ibadan chief. His authority was publicly challenged. He faced humiliation in the Council of War Chiefs. According to tradition, a disgraced Aare Ona Kakanfo could not live in shame. Therefore, Latoosa reportedly shot himself with a gun. His death shocked the city and destabilized Ibadan's leadership. After Latoosa's death, the power of Ibadan slowly declined. The Ekiti Parapo War continued for several more years until peace was brokered. His life shows how power, pride, and war shaped the destiny of entire nations. If you enjoyed this story and want more untold histories of African, subscribe to the channel and join us for the next story.